Room fill up. Be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Happy Sunday to you, and you, Cowboy Nation. And as this room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to understand that we just got to take it one day at a time. The off season is long, but I also want to know from you all, who's your dark horse? Come on with it. I need to know. I want to know. I got to know, Cowboy Nation. I got mine. I want to know yours. Cowboys rookie to look out for. Plus more. As they say, more and more. More and more. Come on with it. The name is Law Nation. Stand tall or not at all. This episode is brought to you by Mango, the Invisible Cream. Come on with it. Comes out solid, but it rubs in and it disappears. And it lasts up to 72 hours, by the way. Come on with it. And also Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury law firm. Come on with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and come on with it. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. No San Fran audio. Come on. Yeah, I see some ones. Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Come on. Let's get it. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
Come on with it. It's a little distorted. Okay, I must be too high. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for jumping in, Daz. Appreciate you, man. Everybody that's here, Cowboy Nation, let me know now. It should be not distorted as much. I appreciate you. All of the EQs that's in the building, man. Appreciate you guys so much for EQing this show. And it won't be possible without you all on this beautiful day. On a Sunday, and we're getting closer and closer to training camp, closer and closer to Oxnard, and closer to preseason football games, and then the real thing, right? And for right now, you know, still Eagles doing their victory laps, and they can continue. They continue to do their victory lap. Shout out to them for winning. But this should be motivation in the can for the Cowboys to say to themselves, it's been 30 years, 30 seasons, and now it's time for us to get the right reasons going, right? And with that being said, before we go into details of what we're going to talk about today, I want to know from you all, who's your dark horse, right? Who's the person that you really rooting for, whether he's a drafted guy, undrafted guy, or he's been on this team for maybe a year. We'll use the year marker, not 2-3 years, but if he's been on this team for a year. For example, Mingo can be somebody's dark horse, right? Mingo could be a guy that we can sit back and say, all right, come on, let's get it. You know, Branday says, Lord, will I see you at Oxnard? If the Lord is willing, come on with it. And it's always a choice. Do you go the first week, or do you go the second week, or do you stay all of the weeks? It's only predicated upon you guys on how long I would stay, by the way. And keep in mind, it's not like this episode is brought to you by American Airlines and Pepsi and all of this stuff, right? So But the people that do support the sponsors, I really appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much. So with that being said, let's get right to it because I don't have a long or a lot of time. All right, so this is one of the guys that I've been talking about, and it is Trayshawn Holden, right? And I'm getting some hate by posting some of his material because people saying, hey, Law, why you hyping the undrafted guys, right? Like the Cowboys don't have a good list of undrafted guys that made some movement here, but neither here nor there. Trayshawn Holden, this is what he had to say. Shout out to Stargazer. Appreciate her so much.
What are you looking to prove, not just for people? What are you looking to prove, not just for people, but for yourself here over the course of these next couple of days in minicamp?
Prove everybody wrong. Everybody.
Ain't mad at
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at
But
you.
for yourself here over the course of these next couple of days in minicamp?
Prove everybody wrong. Everybody. I'm coming for heads. So that's it. Yeah.
Trayshawn Holden, thanks so much.
He coming for it, and sometimes your circumstances could be where you are at, right? And it's not our job to make these guys qualified. You know, I read one time before, and it stuck with me, that the grand creator makes the unqualified qualified, right? Let me say this again for those who are way in the back. The grand creator makes the unqualified qualified, right? And there are people just watching this show right now, have no business, no reasonings to be at their jobs where they are at right now, but somehow they fill out the application, right? They fill out all of the information for the nation, and they submitted their contracts in, or they submitted their application in, and then all of a sudden they got the phone call, right? Can't add 2 + 2, but they got the job making them 6 figures right here watching the show, right? And sometimes the unqualified, it gets qualified. And when you start looking at life itself, it's a matter of circumstances, right? And just by chance, Junior Adams, one of the positioning coaches here, is one of the guys that coached up Trayshawn Holden. I'm about to say Travion Henderson, but Trayshawn Holden. So with that being said, that gives him a little leeway, right? And it's not saying that just because they know each other that he gets a I don't get a chance to prove myself worthy, right? Everybody got to earn their own grain of salt here, right? So when I say those type of things, let me see if I can find a picture of them so that you guys can understand that these type of things, that's just how it is. And unfortunately, that's life too, man. Some people right now working at the bank don't have a 1 degree to their name, but they at the bank, right? You know what I'm saying? And they coaching up folks. So that's how life is too. So you got to be able to understand that, hey, sometimes everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And let me tell you, from the head coach all the way down to the positioning coach, I wish I can pull up last year's, but they already swiped the staffing board here. Okay, so we all know that Shotty is the head coach here, right? You say, I see how you did that there, Law. Yeah, see, Bass, you see how I did that. Come on with it. Offensive coordinator, Clayton Adams, 7 years, okay? Now, Junior Adams, no relations, but they could be related. You just never know how things fold. You know what I'm saying? These could be brothers. We brothers. They could be brothers. I don't know. They spelled it the same way. Okay, they spelled it the same way. All right, so Junior Adams, who name been around, and I never kind of made their correlations, you know. Yeah. They could be brothers, y'all, from another mother, huh? But when you start to think of it, he brings a lot of physicality, right? As the OC, they're going to run the hell out of the ball. When I got a chance to talk to Junior in them, Junior brings in physicality with routes. Now, when you do your research with Trayshawn Holden, he's a physical at the top of his route. It's none of that bullshit, right? And when he's off of his releases, he's okay. With that being said, he knows how to utilize his size, right? The problem is that when you run a 4.7 40, people are going to be like, man, I don't give a dog what type of separation he was able to get in college. This dude just ran a 4.7 40, right? Who he think he is? Jerry Rice? Because Jerry Rice ran a 4.71. And people still can't catch Jerry Rice, man, on all of his records and things like that. And I'm not saying because I said that he ran a 4.7, that all of a sudden he's going to be as good or equivalent to a Jerry Rice. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm implying here is that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And on top of that, it's what snake venom that's inside of you that's going to take you and propel you to the next level. All right, so Mim says 4.5. So he's more of a 4.5. His tape, when you look at his tape, is more of a sub 4.4 40, right? It's not like he's dog water slow. I've seen him get separation out there on the field. So when I'm telling you guys, don't look at straight line speed. Nobody runs straight line speed unless you the gunner. The only person who runs straight line, C.J. Goodwin, he runs straight lines if you want to. Now, granted, it will embellish your resume when you do runs of 4.3, right? I ran a 4.4 40 one time, and I'm going to my grave saying I'm a 4.4 40 guy, right? I'm 4.4 40 guy. I ran a 4.4 40 one time. I ain't gonna tell you the other times that I ran. And hell, the clocker guy could have been wrong with it. That could have been a true 4.5. But I said, yeah, I'm a 4.5. I'm a 4.4 guy. Just like to a degree, Jadon Blue. Drew ran a 4.28. And yes, he ran a 4.39 at the combine. But he ain't finna be running around like, yeah, I'm a 4.39 guy. No, he's a 4.57, yeah. So, yeah, Holden is faster than the 4.7 on the field. Yes, Edward. Yeah. Yeah. But people will hold you to that, right? Yeah, yeah. And everybody's shooting for perfection. Even boxers nowadays, right? Everybody wants to be the Mayweather record, right? Everybody want to be undefeated, right? Shoot, everybody want that now. Nobody want a blemish on their record. But anybody that's watching this show, and if you fought when it's in the boxing ring, you got your ass knocked out before. Don't act like you never got knocked out. But most people now, I'm the biggest, the baddest. I never got knocked out, right? So that's just how that goes, man. With all of that being said, football speed, Jay Fuller says football speed is different. And you're right. Yeah. Seabass says, I did all of that back in the days in them, I'm a 4.2 guy when being chased by the 5.0. Yeah. That adrenaline, shoot, that's a whole new beast and a whole new anger of speed force when you're trying to do it. Yeah, so those are things that you have to contextualize when we start talking about the nuances and the small things that we do in life to get ahead. Now, before I go into this other topic or conversational piece, I want to add to this right here, Cowboy Nation. When we talked about earlier this morning, basically going over some of the guys' names here, and of course, I think the world of Tyler Booker, right? He's a trench guy. What I'm seeing in Cowboy Nation world is that there's a great divide like the ice cream. People don't want to let go old things, right? Like, I get it. There was skilled players that people want, and there was trench players that people want. We need to stop fighting that. That we got what we got now. We can't turn back the hands of times, right? We got the trench warfare guy. Let's see what he can do, right? If you skilled player now, then just understand that the Cowboys still have enough money, enough remuneration to get said player or get said things. And just so I can be accurate, I don't know if Over the Cap updated their information since players been signed and these sorts of things. Let's see. All right, so they updated it to a small factor or to a small degree, closed this out. And right now we have about $34 million, right? That's plenty of coins. Plenty of coins to go out there and make something happen. Plenty of it to go out there and make something happen. Plenty of that to make something happen. I'm going to say this one more time. Plenty of it to make something happen, Cowboy Nation. So the wall of Tylers. So what I'm getting at is that now the argument is, do we need one tech? Or should we go get a skilled player? Now, I'm not finna paint myself into a corner and say, hey, let's only get one tech, and anybody who decide otherwise is wrong, right? No. Nor, and that's Jay right there, shout out to him. He looked like a warrior, don't he? Or I'm not the guy that's going to be fighting and yelling out to you all, let's get a wide receiver. That's the only thing that's holding the Cowboys back, wide receiver. No. But I understand the argument between the two, right? Things that we're looking for. But here's the empirical data that we got to exhibit and exude. Rookie defensive tackles, and I'm glad it's right here. Rookie defensive tackle. Let's pause it right here. Rookie defensive tackles tend to take 3 years, right? Every now and then you get a Kobe Turner, right? Every now and then you may find out a way, if you draft one really early, maybe you get a Jalen Carter who can play 3 tech and 1 tech, right? Every now and then you get the, what's the kid? Because Kobe Turner was bad in a good way. Name me some other 1 techs that perform crazily their rookie year, y'all, or their first 2 seasons. You normally don't get that. Normally it takes time. So when it takes time, what we got to do is we got to understand that even if it takes time, you got to get in front of it before the excuses get here. Meaning that you got to be proactive, not retroactive. Say it with me. You got to be proactive, not retro. Meaning that to complement what you got, insert said veteran. So far on this team, we don't have a veteran 1 tech. Let me say this again. So far on this team, we don't have a veteran 1 tech. If I'm not mistaken, y'all can help me out if I'm off on the roster here. Our veteran 1 tech is Mozzie. You know, he's the oldest 1 tech we have, or the most seasonal 1 tech we have. And there's reservations on everybody's face when I said that, right? So what I'm getting at is that, yeah, Jay may walk right in here and beat the brakes off of Mozzie, right? For that starting role. He might beat the brakes off of him. And he's one of the favorites right now because he haven't played yet. I remember, I'm old enough to remember people saying Junior Fihoko. Because he's the cousin of somebody that played in the league, you know, Haloti Nada or somebody, or Vita Vea, whatever he is. Yeah, Vita Vea, yeah, he started off real good. But even Vita Vea, the Bucks did the right thing. I'm glad you said that, Roger. Because even Vita Vea, when he first came into the league, he still had Buckner. He had a whole bunch of other surrounding parties to help him out. I believe he had Sue or somebody, right? To help alleviate some of the things. Now, he was a big 350, 360 guy. So you going to have a veteran to help alleviate some of these things. And Osa, I like his skill set, the ability to shoot up field and get things going. Solomon Thomas, he's a 3 tech guy. I do like the veteran suave savviness that he have, but it's not enough, right? Sue, they had Sue and Darnold only the greats, yeah. And Aaron Donald, man, he fit right on in. They had to go get the Avengers for Aaron Donald to win a Super Bowl. Believe it or not. They had to call upon Ashawn Robinson. They had to get Leonard Floyd, Von Miller. They went and got the healthier version of Jalen Ramsey. Man, that team was souped up, man. You know, Michael Brockers, they went and did everything for Sue, right? We get one piece for Michael Parsons and we think we winning something. You know, we get Dante Fowler. Oh, we winning stuff, you know. Kevin Maul said stop with the bond crap law. I didn't even mention him until you said it, you know. But just to speak upon Isaiah Bond, man, we all been there before. We just wasn't rich, you know. I guarantee you, if Isaiah Bond worked at Walmart or something like that, she would never came forth with all of these cases, right? It's something more to it, and I get it. You know, we all been young, dumb, and full of a whole bunch of stuff, right? And she should have at least, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to someone's feeling. No means no. By all means, you know, no means no. But these two consenting adults, and they was in a room together, and it shows and appears that they were dating, and y'all can only know. Y'all can only know. If I search through all of y'all phones right now, what y'all done sent to Ashaniqua and Kamika and all of them things, and Kamika and Ashaniqua, what y'all done sent to Tyrone, you know. But I just think that the way of the world needs to be changed, right? And Shannon Sharp going through a whole bunch of stuff right now under his own power, though. I'm talking about Shannon now. but neither here nor there. Brandon says, I got time today, you know. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is that there's nothing wrong with telling Isaiah Bond, hey, if he's free of all things, right, is that he will be able to come here. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me pull up something right quick. Yeah. So, I mean, everything, and there's nothing new under the sun, too, by the way. There's nothing new under the sun because the very much so, and I'm only, Jerry, I'm only using this as a countermeasure, right? I'm only using this as a countermeasure to prove my point.
What's your point? Okay, so what?
Jerry, I'm just saying, though, you know, we don't have the liberty to have your kind of money, but, you know, at the end of the day, he can't really throw any rocks because, wait a minute, let me hit refresh on this one. Yeah, let me hit refresh. Trial in a SA assault. Oh, I said SA lawsuit. I said SA assault. Like, yeah, lawsuit against Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones delayed until next year. Court record shows, right? Yeah. So the judge reset the trial from March the 3rd, 2025. He can keep pushing this back. Yeah. This thing been going on since 2009. I'm gonna push it back for another year. When you got money longer than Jay Leno's chin, Isaiah Bond don't have this type of money, right? And I'm not picking sides or choosing, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that, hey, he just got long money. Shannon Sharp don't got this type of money, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm saying. Shannon Sharp don't have this type. Shannon Sharp don't have, let me put my finger. Shannon Sharp don't have this type of money, y'all. So there's levels to this. That's all I'm getting at. Let me get off of it. Hey, don't y'all go back and run tell Jerry I'm talking about his business, though. Don't y'all do that. Yeah. Don't y'all do that. Yes, indeed. So, heavy, look at your name, dog. Oh, my God. Hey. Heavy NUTs said, law, funny, a real one at that. These some freaky folks out here. Yeah, yes, indeed. Shoo. Did Netflix cancel Jerry documentary? Nope. They still in the processing, you know. But what Netflix got to, this is the 1,000 truth of what's going on with Netflix. When they did the RuPaul fight, They did the RuPaul. Was it RuPaul versus Mike Tyson? When they did that fight, right? They were not available to withstand the bandwidth when so many people are clicking on them servers, man. So they trying to work some stuff out. But if you are a content creator, right, on a larger scale, they set aside $18 billion, Netflix, for content. So y'all be sure to check out $18 billion, man. Let me see how much money. Netflix. Let me see. I'm typing it out. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. Let me see if I can pull it up. They set aside $18 billion, man. Yeah. I don't know if I could find it, but I was looking for it. But, so get to creating. Jerry going to get some of that. Oh, Jake Paul, my bad. My bad, dog. I'm sitting RuPaul. Jake Paul, my bad, dog. Shout out to Jake Paul, not RuPaul. Keep calling that man RuPaul, man. He'll come get me. Yeah. For 2025. Okay. All right, here we go. Boy, I'm sharp in my mind because I know I read it somewhere. All right, so in 2025, Netflix planned to invest a significant funds of $18 billion in content for the company, CFO stating that they are just getting started, right? So if you got some money, I ain't trying to tell you where to go buy and purchase stocks at, though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting y'all know that $18 billion they set aside so that they can do more and more content, more and more things. So be sure that they got the budget and just be ready for it. All I can tell y'all is that shout out to Nasty Noble, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, all I can tell y'all is just be ready for it, man. You don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to like law, but I'm just telling you where to invest at, man. And then still reach out to your investors, But where were we? We were talking about this right here. My guy. We were talking about this right here. The length of time that it takes for these boys to get things going. Yes, indeed. Fire up, J State. D, I love. I see you, Nasty Noble. Yes, hell to D. All right, man. Shout out to my alarm, man. We got my alarm in the building, man. But this is what my guy Jay Tuck said. And there's truth to every riddle here. Jay Tuck, my brother from another mother. Y'all remember teams 40 burgers when our offense could hang up 40 on somebody in 3 quarters. Who was our one tech then? Didn't matter because by the third offensive possession, teams were abandoning the run. Our defense could fly around and get sacks and INTs. Now, I love my brother, J Tuck. I even hearted it just to make sure I can get back to it. Then I add it to my bookmark right here, as y'all can see, right? I even hearted it and added it to my bookmark. And then, Jacob, he says this is misleading. This happened against us, against bad or average teams. And not going to read the rest of it because my hooked on funny guys or hooked on funky king is not functioning right. But I'm going to tell y'all, and paraphrasing as much as I can with my Mississippi eyes, I don't like the way we were winning. Let me tell y'all something. Winning those days with 40 points, putting Dak Prescott on the bench in the last fourth quarter or the last 8 minutes, yeah, that's cool. But don't you know what that is like? Because I like to give analogies, right? The reason why I don't like that, the one reason why I don't like that, is like a bodybuilder working out only on his arms and missing leg day, right? And when you do that, yeah, you know, you take the shirt off, everybody, oh, yeah, you got muscles. Look at the chest and everything. But his legs look like two toothpicks, right? You know? I mean, come on, you know. So those instant gratifications are good during the regular season. But you got to have the full body of work when you get to the postseason. And teams will make you play left-handed when you're normally playing right? And not to just beat up the fellas, you know what I'm saying? We're just only working on the upper body and skipping leg days, right? Also, it's kind of like that woman that you see that skipped out all of the workouts that she's supposed to do, but she got the BBL, right? And looking like a upside down P, you know what I'm saying? Like God dog, you know. And there's nothing wrong with enhancing your body, right? But when it's time for you to perform at your max, wait a minute, let me not go there. You know, I reached this Sunday. It's too much real talk. But you might get a turned head. People might still look at that, right? But they ain't finna marry that. You know, they might tap it, but they ain't finna marry it, right? Just as well as you might have all of those muscles, right, on top, but you ain't wearing shorts. Hey, wear some shorts, dog. Let's see the calves, you know. But he's walking around with full skinny leg jeans. So what I'm saying is that it's time out for faking, right? We got to get to the real grits of things. It is a necessary must that you have a legitimate one tech, because what will happen if you don't get those scoops and scores? What will happen when you're playing against a team that all of a sudden figured you out and they controlling TOP from you, right? They saying we're going to play keep away because we don't want your high-powered offense to get back out there on the field. So we going to run the ball, and I don't give a dog. Osa and Mozzie, they can't stop it on a consistent basis. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? So what I'm getting at is that my guy Jay Tuck is right to one point, but it's not a healthy right. I mean, that, 40 points, 40 burgers, we did that, we done that. And then when we get to the postseason, a team said, all right, let me see what we can do. We're going to penetrate the middle, and they ain't going to be able to stop it. And now we are hoping and praying that we can get a scoop and score, that the quarterback can fumble the ball or the running back can fumble the ball, or we can punch out the ball and these sorts of things if it's 15 yards down the field, or you're ultra pressing it because now you're in the shootout and people going to always look at 4 as the problem, like he's supposed to stop the run, right? Now he's pressing, trying to throw the ball into tight windows and is picked off. So what I'm getting at, shout out to you, Stephen Carroll. Thank you so much for your support. My gosh, man. Hey.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close.
Shout out to you, man. Put Stephen Carroll in. He dropped a whole $100 bill in the Cash App, man. So let's give a understanding the cost.
Understand the cost that is involved.
Stephen Carroll, man, appreciate you. You know, hey, getting down to the trenches. I can see Jay Tuck's argument, because is a valid argument, but I can also see an argument. Whereas we need a one tech. Now, there's a cost to everything. One must count the cost. Hold on. Woo! Baby. Come on with it. One must count the cost before he do what? Can I get somebody that knows the answer? Slap your neighbor and tell him one must count the cost before. Come on with it, man. You got it. Where you going? Hey, wait a minute.
And they understand the cost.
Come on, baby, where you going? Where y'all going? Where y'all leaving? What's going on? Y'all got to go? Y'all got to go eat somewhere? What y'all trying to do? Where you going? Peace, y'all. Where you going? You got us. Where you going? Where y'all going? Play. Oh yeah. Somebody said play the organ. Okay. One must count the cost before he do what? You know. Shoot. I gotta get my fun juice together. Don't nobody know the answer? Somebody on Facebook. Do somebody know the answer? Jay Lombardi, you know the answer. One must count the cost before. I'm the only Southern guy over here that understands, you know. Come on with it. Oh my gosh. One must count the cost before. Oh, I ain't going nowhere, Law. Oh, okay, the door's locked. Okay. Okay, good. Come on, somebody. Nobody know the answer. Come on, I know somebody.
Bartend! What is your profession?
One must count the cost. Let me make sure I'm right now. Hold on. Let me type in. One must count the cost before. Okay, let me see. All right, let me just make sure. All right. So come on with it. All right. Come on with it. All right, so our Sunday scripture goes to Luke 14:28. All right, I know. I was like, woo. All right, shoot. Hey, just whatever homework assignment, just go to Luke 14:28. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? So, somebody said, man, this dude is forcing me into this religion, man. And it's not religion. I'm just saying, we just got to count the cost before we start building. But if this is happening to you, right, and you're saying that, hey, this is something that just doesn't smell right with me, Law, and I don't give a dog. I don't want to count nothing, man. I just want some weapons, man. I just want to be able to get this thing going. I just want Super Bowls. I don't care how we get it. I just want the Super Bowl, right? But if it's smelling bad and you can't remove that odor, you got to wash it off first, right? And then when you wash it off, you got to put some of this on it. Let's talk about control. And first and foremost, I'm talking about control body odor, and that's anywhere. And all you have to do is shop.mando and get $5 off of your starter pack, and that's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go. I use this body wash odor control, full body control with Mando. They have the product here,
and they understand
they
the
also
cost.
have deodorant that you apply under the arm for 72 hours of odor control. You want to be in control. And speaking of control, they also have the product that you can apply all over the body, the invisible cream, and it also fights for 72 hours. Look, it's all about being in control. And with Mando, man, they control body odor anywhere. All you have to do is shop.mando, get $5 off your starter pack. That's over 40% with promo code LAW, shopmando.com. Let's go and let's stay in control of your odor. I love it.
Let's go, man! Let's go!
No doubt, man. Let's go. Appreciate everybody, man, for rocking with the nation. We do have much more than just invisible cream. We also have the invisible spray. Let me see if you guys can see that invisible spray. So you get your pits, your underarms, your that valley between the NUTs and the hole, that little valley right there. You spray that, and your loved one will thank you for it. Because on a clean body now, it'll last up to 72 hours on a clean body. So be sure to reach out to Mando and get that all cleaned up, man. And I, really appreciate it when you use LAW. So yeah, whatever that valley between the NUTs and the hole, you get what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. But with that being said, Cowboy Nation, the Dallas Cowboys heading into this is one of the things that also we have to contextualize, that we need a veteran in the defensive back area. Okay. We got some more updates right here. Hold on. We got some updates right here. Bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Let me see if I can pull this up right quick. Thank everybody for jumping in and being parts of these episodes here, whether it's a real true love of you guys to hear me out on what we had to say. All right, so we got some update information. Just want to be able to talk to you guys about this. Shavon Revo, if he's your dark horse, put dark horse in the chat. DH in the chat for Shavon Revo, if he's your dark horse. Here what we got. Shavon Revo was moving well during his first rookie mini camp and practice. Revo has been cleared to break and cut, but it will still be some time before he's cleared for the true clear in and out processing here. Here's my thoughts with Revel. After hearing him speak, and shout out to his peeps, his pops or what have you, saying, hey, son, keep getting the work done. I think that he could be a value added for this team. But he will still need knowledge, because he will be raw physically, great, but he will still need the knowledge. And just to speak upon this, right? Right now, our veteran DB is Andre Booth. He's our veteran DB on this team. Trayvon Diggs, he's still recovering bone to bone. I'm not looking for him to be out there super ultra early, right? The cornerback room is married to the defensive front, because if you can create pressure up front, you should be able to parlay that and pivot that and say, okay, we know this ball is getting out fast due to indicators. But in order for you to understand the indicators, right, you got to understand what are they, Yeah, because there are a lot of people. Hold on. Bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Hold on. Let me see if I can. There's a lot of people that if I put this up there, that they don't know what these things are, right? They don't know, like a lot of people, including fellas. You get into some cars and you'll see these indicators, right? Check engine. I literally, when I was in college, man, there was a girl that she was a nice lady, and she said, I got this light on, and I want to know what do that mean, this light, because I put gas in there, but this light ain't cutting off. And they keep telling me to check the engine. So I open the trunk and I look at it, and ain't nothing wrong with it. And the light stays on. She didn't know that this right here. Now, she was fine now. She just didn't know what this means. It says check engine light. It just stays on. I put gas in the car. But some people, if you don't know the indicators, right, then you will continue to drive something thinking that it's okay. And there's some people right now just driving around with that check engine light on and thinking that it's just part of the program, right? And nothing wrong with not knowing, but you got to have knowledge, right? You got to have the understandings and the wherewithal. Yeah. And some of these indicators look different depending on what kind of caliber of car or vehicle you have. Let me see if I can get this up there. Yeah. There's people cars to this day still look like this and don't know what to do with it, right? Come on with it. But what I'm getting at, just to be long-winded with you guys, just to a degree, is this right here. When you have a veteran on your team that understands the terrain, he got certain indicators that know, hey, this is where you trying to go at with the ball. This is what you're trying to do. And you have to study film to be on that elite side, right? Yeah. Yeah. Low tire pressure light used. Shout out to you. Now you know what that means. Okay. All right. So let's see if we can. Shout out to you. You got it. All right. So let me go to here. Yeah.
And they understand the cost
That is involved.
that is involved.
Yeah. Check engine light been on so long that the light bulb went out on that. No. But let's listen to this guy.
You gotta study what formation he in. Is it 2x2? Was it 3x1? What routes he like to run in?
Yeah.
Those formations. Right here, I'm thinking it's third down. You gotta get to the sticks to get the first down.
Right.
And he also tight. The formation tight. So I'm gonna try to use my leverage. I'm kind of outside leverage right here because I'm using my middle field safety. If you run a crosser, I can undercut it. And if he come to me, I'm already leveraged at him.
So the initial position is important
Is
to be able to
important.
take care of whatever he does off of this.
Yeah, for sure, because it's all about where you line up on the field. He's tight either to go under or he's tight to get to more space to the sideline.
Okay.
So it's one of the two.
So Gilly, and I know you probably had to squint your eyes to see this, Cowboy Nation. He already understand where you're going to be at just by your alignment and based off of what you like to do the most, right? And he's able to shield off.
He's going outside release. Some guys that try to get up there and get his hands on him, but
Yeah. See, he didn't never approach him to get his hands on him. He already knew where he was at, so he's able to engage at the top of the route, and you are eligible to engage at the top of the route, even if it's beyond 5 yards, ladies and gentlemen.
it's the angle I took
And the
to beat
angle?
him to the spot.
And then he's
You know, 'cause
able
I
to
know
knock
where he's
that
going,
ball up
so
out of there.
Beat him to
Right.
the spot and able to get my hands on him.
Yep.
Because you're on his upfield shoulder,
Yeah.
you're not worried about comebacks. You can just stop and come back.
Yep, stop and come back. So he's on the upfield shoulder, and the indicators got him there. You know, his ability to understand with my indicator, his abilities to understand what you're trying to go at, what you're trying to do with the ball, what you're trying to get things going, that's the reason why, you know, he's able and eligible to do certain things because he understands the indicators that's going on when he's diagnosing the situation, right? Yeah. That sign right there mess up a lot of people, man. That little sign right there. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So Honey Bear says, Gilmore is a real smart guy. So what I'm getting at is that we still have holes on our DB room. We still have reservations as our one tech. We can get by without another wide receiver. And I get it, Cowboy Nation. All I'm asking Dak Prescott to do is throw the ball 24 to maybe 27 times. I'm not looking for that other wide receiver to be saying, hey, I want the ball too, right? No, I want one person to get fed, and that's CeeDee Lamb, right? The next person, I want them to be able to win their one-on-ones, yeah. But I need for that other person to be a mauler within their body of a wide receiver because we're going to be running the hell out of the ball, more so than anything else. Yeah, Ty Dolla Gilly, he do look just like Ty Dolla sign. Yeah, so we got holes, T-Jack. Yeah, we do, in different areas of the team. So what I'm getting at, it's good that these rookies can fill in, but they're going to have to be taught some of the indicators, too, while they're out there on the field. Now, there's only so much that coaches can tell you, right? But being on the field is a major thing. And I think highly of Jay. I think that he should be able to penetrate and get upfield the best way possible, Cowboy Nation. But with all of that being said, be sure to understand that the Cowboys are in the right direction, the right pathway to get things going. It's just that they got to make sure that these things are available. There's no right or wrong way, right? Some people may think Shamar James going to be their dark horse, right? the 4. Now, I know he ran a 4.6940. His tape, like these 4.69s, man, he ran a 4.6940. But his tape, when you look at it, it don't look like he got concrete blocks for feet. So don't pay too much attention to these 40 times. Let's see what these guys look like once they put the silver and blue on with the star on the side of their helmet, Cowboy Nation. With all of that being said, I wasn't going to hold you guys long. I got some other deals to go get into, but I appreciate all of y'all's support. I thank you guys so much for your love and adulations for the nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. Like I said, this episode is brought to you by Law Nation Sports, mixed in with Mando and our partners.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt, call Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers first, man, before y'all do anything else. We're going to roll up out of here, man. I thank everybody, man, for y'all support. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys, Sports Talk, and beyond. I get it. Was it sell it, Law, sell it? You know, hey, I ain't out here to sell y'all anything. There will be some pitfalls, right, with these players. None of these guys are made products, right? There's not going to be a situation and scenario that these guys can walk on water, by the way. There's not going to be that. Thank everybody, man, who tuned in and showed up for the event yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see y'all. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see y'all. But Sam Williams said hi to all of you all, right? Thank y'all for jumping in and being part of these conversations to help elevate the nation. Yeah. That's Sam Williams right there. He's in good spirit, good graces with the team. And what we need from him is double-digit sack guy. We need for him to have the ability to race off of that edge and use his powers to the best of his abilities. And that should be a thing right there, Cowboy Nation. To the best of his abilities, regardless of the situation, Cowboy Nation. On my way out, Cowboy Nation, as we continue to grind and shine. Law, are you going to Oxnard, Cali? Yes. We will be there if the Lord willing. Tyrus Wheat, my other Mississippi on Mississippi crime, Sanjay. But I want wheat, not thins. Guess what? Here's the thing is with Tyrus Wheat. He starts over with a fresh sheet of paper, though. So by him going into these particular rooms now, he got to impress the D-line coach and Matt Eberflus. Talking to Matt Eberflus before the draft, he was talking about Marshawn Nealon. That's one of his favorite pet cats right there. I'm just saying. So hopefully, man, we'll see how Nealon would do versus Wheat. But we gonna have to show up in this particular offseason, right? Shout out to Sam Williams, man. Appreciate him. And Cowboy Nation, this is my thoughts. Keep your head high. One of the things that I want you guys to write down when you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See it all the way through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself and fight and trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. You got to see it through. Got to see this all the way through. Yeah, Marshawn Nealon, man, that's his favorite. Or one of his favorites. Not to pencil him in to only being the favorite. Even hope may seem but futile. Then with troubles may be beset. Remember this, Cowboy Nation, that anybody that's going through, you only facing what other legends have met. Roger Staubach, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Jimmy Johnson. Keep your head high all the way through the finish. See this thing all the way through, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Come on with it. Let's get on up out of here. One love, DC for life.
Tell them run it all.
Come on, be excited, baby.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this,
tell her run it up,
no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell her run it up, I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell her run it up, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell her run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands.
Shout out to you, Devin. Appreciate you, T.
Now my baby wants to hold me.
J. Lombardi. Appreciate you.
Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one.
Shout out to Stephen Carroll, baby. Thank you for the cash out.
The last one now can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, come on, baby. Let's get these 6 rings.
Wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up,
Law
thumb down now,
Nation.
no drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep,
Ace Boogie. Boy, there was a certain meeting that came across the table, Ace Boogie. And you responsible for someone not being on the show no more, man. That's crazy, Ace Boogie. Ace Boogie is a sniper, Ace Boogie.
This with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Yeah.
I wake up,
Law Nation,
no drip this,
MNF.
run it up.
Come on.
No sleep, no rest.
Yeah.
Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex.
Come on.
Down now, check. No drip this. Tell them run it up.
Hush your mouth over there, hush it.
Might crash, might
Boy, I send Ace Boogie to you.
Tell them run it up.
Boy, that Ace Boogie. Get boogie. We gon' boogie on down. Damn, Ace Boogie, man. Come on with it. Yeah. Let's get it. Shout out to you, Brandon Ross. Call in tomorrow. Let's get it. Yep.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Bring me out.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah. You must be out of your goddamn mind. Bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you. For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights get you all alone.
Law versus 100 gorillas, baby. I'm winning. Law versus 100 gorillas.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your
Player 2, I follow. Wherever you go,
whatever you do?
Player 2. Thank you. Come on with it. Yep.
7 years of the perfect love. 7 more and another one.
Knock the rings off of it.
And another one.
In honor of the reverse troll of the year. Turn me down. In honor of the reverse troll of the year, I like to make Ace Boogie a mod on this day. Give him a gavel. I be all I follow. One gorilla versus 100 naysayers. The naysayer winning, dog. Yeah. One law versus 100 gorillas, baby. We winning.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Fly on. And they understand the cost that is involved.
Man, I'll build me a moat.
I said close them doors.
You said gorillas don't have. Gorillas don't have feet. They got like 4 hands. Yeah. Man, I'll put some glass all over the ground.
And those that are watching,
I'll back myself into a corner. Cause you know gorillas, they athletic. They can run all around you and jump on your back and stuff.
I'm challenging each of you all down here.
But I'm gonna have to have me a weapon though. I gotta have me a projectile, for the 100 gorillas.
To plant a seed of $100.
Yeah.
Because again, it costs.
Shout out to you, D'Angelo and David. Appreciate you for joining the membership, baby. Come on, Quad. Come on, Quad.
Y'all start moving.
Start moving.
Y'all can bring it right now. Come.
Come.
Tangibly, just put your hand on the. Take your phone and stick it on the.
He said, "Take your phone and stick it on the brother."
Giving his worship. Giving his worship. Giving his worship.
Yo.
Giving his worship. This ain't the time to talk. Now y'all don't want to call
City to Charles $5. Law. Ace said game over. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
You have game a level.
To raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ace out here, man. That joker.
Sacrifice.
Ace.
Skip up the fire. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday.
Giving his worship.
Yeah. Depend on you.
Tangibly.
If you win or lose.
You know you got to pay some dues.
To live on Monday.
That's right. You got to pay them dues to live.
And they understand the cost
that is involved. You got to pay them dues. I love how a show all blends in together, man. I love y'all to the star and back and realness and realness. If we offended you today, guess what? You just offended today. We getting on